I know the following issue in question is old news, but when I saw an evangelical pastor, Terry Jones, burning the Koran in the headlines of the news a while back, and then soon after, news of protests that were far more like riots involving the deaths of several UN personnel in Afghanistan believed to be infidels, my heart sunk at the hatred that was going back and forth. And it's really not such a recent story. For hundreds, nay thousands of years, people have killed and called for the death of others in the name of religion. For ages, it has torn people apart and inspired hate in the hearts of millions for no other reason than the selfish attitude that says, I'm right, you're wrong, and there are no two ways about it, even though both parties are arguably equally blind and deluded. This particular story, revolving around a Koran-burning party hosted by Terry Jones, irked me for two major reasons. First, Terry Jones was not burning the Koran for reasons akin to those inspired by Thunderfoot to delete thousands of digital copies and then proceed to burn his internal hard drive. Terry Jones was not burning the Koran as a call to reason and to disregard the threats of extreme Muslims, people into the private or public book in defense of free speech. He was definitely seeking to utilize his right to free speech, but I claim that he did so for the wrong reasons. He wanted to assert that his God is better than their Allah. It was clearly more of the same hate. He wished to make a demonstration of his hatred and bigotry toward all Muslims everywhere. Rather than express his distaste for the religion, his intention was to condemn the believers of Islam. Far more distasteful, although not altogether unexpected, was what some Muslims in Afghanistan proceeded to do soon after Terry Jones chose to publicize his Koran burning. They proceeded not only protest the actions of Terry Jones, which would have been fine alone, but also to take the lives of several innocent UN personnel without connection to the Terry Jones incident, which is beside the point because even if the UN personnel had somehow been connected to Jones, the massacre would have been no more justifiable. Instead of stopping the cycle of hatred, they took it further in an effort to quench their shallow, callous desire for vengeance, all in an effort to defend their fairy tale and their idea of an invisible sky papa. Maybe I'm a rare breed, but I actually take to heart the famous quote of Mahatma Gandhi, "An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind," as well as the so-called golden rule that you should only do unto others what you would have them do unto you, or conversely, that you should not do unto others what you would not want them to do unto you. Instead, it was more of the same old story, the biblical tales of vanquishing towns of innocence at the commands of voices in their collective heads, the tale of Muhammad's conquest of towns of unbelievers, the Crusades, the Spanish Inquisition, the old wars between Protestants and Catholics, near genocide and enslavement of native peoples, as well as the destruction of their cultures for both material desires and spreading of white man's religion to the far corners of the earth. The ritual murder of citizens in the Aztec Empire for sacrifice, the battles between Catholics and Protestants of Ireland, the annihilation of millions of Jews as well as gypsies, gays, disabled, and dissidents, the battles between Shiites and Sunni Muslims in Iraq, the continuing squabbles between Hindus and Muslims in India, the mass killing of innocents in America, London, and Spain, to the senseless persecution of harmless lifestyles such as homosexuality and women driving to start, just because it is said that these lifestyles don't agree with the demands of their sky dad, just to name a few. It's the same old tale of people dying at the hands of someone's ideas, beliefs, or ideologies when there's no proof that one is any more right or wrong than the other. It's the same old story that my God's better than your God. It's the same old tale of mass irrationality and delusion and disrespect for what you think that their God said to hold dear, life. Of course, maybe I was taking it too far when I said religion ought to end. If you can believe in whatever you want to and espouse whatever ideology you like, no matter how rational, insane, radical, and no matter what degree of lunacy, as long as you don't put others in harm's way, nor subject them to the oppressions of your God-fearing lifestyle, nor force nor coerce others into believing what you do and living like you do. But don't expect others to not to criticize your beliefs. All I'm trying to say is that this hatred, this lack of decency and disrespect for life ought to stop. Thank you guys for listening.